Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming, and in this video I'm going to go over some of the haul that I picked up from Collecticon here in Charlotte. I'm also going to briefly go over some of the stuff that I was given. There was a lot of people that showed up to my house on Friday. They were all people that I personally invited or that they asked to be invited after that. So this wasn't like a public open thing, but a lot of people here, I mean, you probably know them in the community. Like I'm going to be talking about Dan Catchmall Collectibles. He was here. He actually sold me some of this stuff at Collecticon. But that's how I'm going to touch on it. There were some pretty cool stories of different things that happened while we were here. But for the most part, it was just a lot of people just hanging out, opening up packs, talking Pokemon, doing that kind of stuff. But I picked these up from Dan at Collecticon. And these are his Topps Chrome packs. From what he told me, he doesn't know of anybody who's pulled any Spectras or Technos or anything like that, or Sparkles. But I'm sure there has been. I mean, if you look at how many packs are left, there's like 30 packs in a box. So it is likely that some have already been pulled, but he didn't know of any. So can't be like, there's no Sparkle, Techno, Charizard or anything like that. But I thought it'd be kind of cool. We're going to have those available for the live. I'm going to show the packs that I got off of him first because I know I don't have anything up for the live as of right now on this Monday, so you guys should be seeing this tomorrow. But I also picked some heavy packs off of them. A couple of them are dark, so I guess that would be a different box, and you kind of see where he had them priced at. I'm going to be higher than that because when I saw it, I was like, on YouTube I was able to ask more than that, and we've always sold through, and I've had a lot of people actually just requesting heavy only for the base set pack, so we've got some of those. And even though there hasn't been a Charizard pulled, or that he doesn't know of one that's been pulled, doesn't mean that one hasn't been pulled already from the box, or that there is going to be one in the box. We saw last week, we went through the whole box. There was no Charizard there. Many boxes don't have it. Also picked up some Fossil First Edition heavies, so I'm gonna throw those up as well. And then leftover, we still have the unweighed Fossil long packs. We still have Team Rocket Return unweighed, and a few Gem Heroes. To be fair, I think we're down to 7 heavy packs for Team Rocket Returns. We got one last week during the video, and then someone bought one sealed after he got a heavy. And then 2 people bought Fossil packs, and both of those ended up being heavy. So I think we pulled 3 or 4 packs out of the Fossil box, and 2 are heavy. So that one's slightly not in your favor, but still not too bad. It's a 72 count, so there's plenty of stuff in there. I'm going to start with some of the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff that I got. I picked this up off of, I believe it was another Dan, but it wasn't Catchmall Collectibles. I can't remember now. Zach introduced me to a different Zach, not Jim Mint, but another Zach. And this box and a few others I talked to Petty Party, Peter. I bought a lot of stuff off of him, Yu-Gi-Oh. But these boxes were only these were like $850, these were $800. We were kind of looking at comps and what was available on the market, and I thought that was just really good because this is like some of the oldest Yu-Gi-Oh boxes you can get. Yeah, they're not in great condition, but it's like $20 a pack, $22, $25, something like that. Not too much if you think about it. And I ended up selling the Labyrinth of Nightmare that I bought to a guy there. He saw it and he was like, yeah, that's a really good price. I'd love to just open this up. So I ended up selling to him for the exact same price that I paid, which was $800. But that was a 24 count box, not 36. Also, let's see what this is. And I'm just grabbing stuff out of the stack. Brant, thank you so much for he had made like a bundt cake for, it was supposed to be for everybody, but then I ended up not breaking it out. But it was really good. It was chocolate, and then he got one specifically for me, which was like Oreo, and that was pretty good too. I ended up liking the chocolate better than the one he got specifically for me. So Brant, if you're watching this, thank you so much for that. He had come a few days earlier with Card Secret. And here's Card Secret's thing. He ended up picking up some pretty cool stuff. They come on Wednesday. He had planned this aside from Charlotte Collecticon a while back. And they brought me some kind of, it's like cheese or something. I remember this word, I feel like from Dexter's Laboratory. Something like where he's like, omelette du fromage. He's trying to speak French. So I see fromage, and I'm thinking, maybe that's like cheese, because it's supposed to be cheese. I thought it was like an egg or an omelet or something like that, but let me show you what it looks like, because I ended up eating one of them. It's got like this wafer texture to it, but it's pretty good. So I thought that was pretty cool. I ended up eating that one afterwards. We're not going to try to eat that right now. But thanks to Card Secret for coming in. This right here, I promise you guys, I'm going to show you the stuff that I bought. We've got Yu-Gi-Oh, we've got some Pokemon, but we're getting around to it. I don't want to forget it. This was from Chibi Collectibles. He ran me down while we were at the con, and he found me and he got me this plush. He said this is kind of his thing. He was real quiet when he was here, but he was super respectful, and like, I didn't get a chance to talk with him that much, but maybe I'll get that opportunity again here in the future. Jim Mint had brought him, or had recommended him to come. And I thought, I was like, yeah, for sure. If you trust him, I trust him. And so that's how that went. Right here we've got 2 special delivery. I don't know if my mom was talking to me or not. But I picked up 2 special delivery Charizards there. I didn't really know how much they were worth. I said, maybe they're worth, I would assume they were worth at least 30 a piece sealed. So I was like, I'll give you 25 a piece. And the guy was like, yeah, sure. He had just found me kind of like when we were walking in between aisles. So you guys let me know. I still haven't looked it up. Is that a good deal? Because, I was buying them at 40 at one point, but I just kind of stopped buying them. And the market has not done well since then. But at the same time, I think, it's a decent card to have. I can't remember if these were from this. I didn't open that one. So some of these I opened. But the rest were just kind of like left here. These are like some kind of V-Friends pack. I believe this was given by, man, I want to say Radar, but I don't know. There was some other people around at the same time, but I don't know anything about these. So this was on the cover and that was on the cover. So, well, looks like maybe it's the same cards in each one, just the wizards are different. So I'm not really too sure on that one. We also had a vending machine here. I was trying to get people to just, had a lot of fake cards in it, but had some cool card ass stuff. And I was like, yeah, it only takes 100 yen. And then Radar's like, hey man, I got a bunch of leftover change. And then he just left it all here. But he did have a few 100 yen coins, which I thought was very, very convenient because I had to go on like eBay just to buy a few to make the thing work. All right, let's start into what I bought. Well, actually, I didn't buy this one. This was a gift from Ruxin. Man, what a gift, right? He come up to me, and he spread out Mirror Force, I believe Gate Guardian, and maybe Time Wizard. And these are like super faded, so like they're really cool. And they actually have like this little thing along the edge where it looks like damage, but I don't think it really is. So Mirror Force is a very iconic card for me, so I chose this one. And man, if I come to find out later, this is probably like $1,000 card. So that I did not think it was that high, but I thought that was really very generous of him. This was given to me by PK, and I wrote this on here, and he gave it to me. It was it'll knock a card out from my registry. What is this? Chinese? I thought it was Chinese, but I can't even. CSM. I'm seeing some C's, so we're gonna say it's Chinese. It kind of looks like Chinese, but it could be Korean too. It's got like that English back, so I would think it'd be Korean, but I really don't know. But it honestly looks like it could regrade a 10. I don't know. It's a really strong 9, so there might be something on there keeping it from it. I think I picked this up possibly from Peter. I want to say Petty Party. I want to say because I saw like a white dot down here in the corner and over here. I was able to get it for a decent price. There was this one. The Gear Freed I may have picked up a little bit earlier in the day. Some of these Yu-Gi-Oh cards, there were like 3 or 4 Yu-Gi-Oh guys kind of stuck together. I know I got the Summon Skull from Ruxin. This I got from Mason Cardinal Gaming. I did do some haggling there. I really don't have much of a use for Chinese or Black Label, but I already have this Chinese PSA 10, but it still looked good in a Black Label, right? And so, I haggled him down. I think it was $680 cash. It was kind of like, this is all I have in cash. If you'll take this, I'll buy it. And he was like, all right, cool. And so he cut me a deal. I want to say I got this one down either 30 or 35. And I was like, you know what? This was one of the first purchases that I made. I was just going through tables, and they had a lot of stuff priced reasonably. And, I was just like, let me just grab it. I think I have a Radiant Charizard already in a 10, but, I wanted to just give people some business for coming out there. This one, I do believe I paid 30. I want to say I got it with, when we get to it, I'll show you. But I want to say I picked it up with a Ninetales CGC 9 first edition for $675. So I paid $705 total. So I picked up this, and then I got the other one. This Pikachu here, I believe I paid $225 on it. Got a nice W stamp, Gem Mint 10 from CGC. Got the Yada. Now this one is pretty rough. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a white dot up here and a white dot over here. And the case itself is rough. It almost has like these brown specks on the inside. But I didn't pay a lot. Like a lot of these Yu-Gi-Oh! top class cards. I mean, I was paying like $1,000 to $2,000, sometimes way less than that. Some were only like $400 or $500. This Venusaur, I also got this from Peter, the Yu-Gi-Oh guy. I want to say I paid $5K for this. Maybe it was $4. I'd have to go back and look. Some of these numbers were running together, and I was doing a lot of negotiating. But blue label, figure I can cross it to the black if I want to, or maybe I'll just set it beside those other two black label ones. Garnicia Elephantis, this was pretty cheap from what I saw. I think I went with what I did between like low list and latest comp. I want to say it was like 110, 130, something like that. Brock's right on. I believe I just went ahead and took this one. I got this one off the green shiz, and he gave me a price on his Magic Ruler 36 count box, and when he had said 8, I thought he meant 8,000, but after getting the other 36 counts, especially since his had this huge rip, I bet he meant 800, and I probably should have just picked it up, made him an offer on there, because I was like, oh yeah, I'll give you 3.5, and he kind of chuckled, maybe because I was kind of like coming in, kind of like a weird price or whatever. I was thinking maybe it was like first edition, some kind of rare variant. I don't know what I was thinking. So I bet you he was asking 800, not 8,000, because that was just dumb of me. I don't know what I was doing there. I think I paid $375 on this one. Thought it'd be kind of cool to put in there. And they had a lot of really nice price stuff, but I didn't want to just buy random stuff that wouldn't go into my collection. I realized there's a chance that this is going to go down, a pretty good chance it's going to go down in price, but I went ahead and gave the business there. This is that Ninetales I was telling you about. I think I ended up paying $675. And the reason, I didn't want to even come close up to that $990 was because you can see the centering. It does still have like a little bit of whitening on the back too, but that centering, with the way that is, this card it is capped. It is completely capped. Even if the rest of this card had 10s on these other like surface corners and edges, it'd still be a 9. Like that centering is going to hold it back. We've got 1,000 Dragon here. I believe I paid $6 on this one. Can't remember too close. If you don't know much of this Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, sorry. There's a lot of iconic cards that I like. I want to say I paid 1.2 on this one, the Beast Skull Dragon. I can't remember. I think it was a little bit more, but did this one look good? This one may have looked pretty good condition-wise. The Maha Vilo, I ended up buying for $86 because I told the guy, I was like, hey, I just bought one of these in auction for $86. I'll buy another one right now. And he was like, sure, I'll take that. These two I picked up for $50 a piece, so I paid $100. I just thought it was a really cool artwork. Get it in the pristine. I'll just throw it in a box for my personal collection. Got this one off Pokemon DNA. Picked it up for, I want to say it was right at $100. This was as he was closing everything up, and I stopped by and I was like, "Hey man, do you have this? There's a real cool artwork looking card. Maybe it's an Alakazam, Celebi or something." He's like, "Oh, I bet it was this one." He just threw it right out. He knew exactly what it was, and I didn't even really show interest before. I was just kind of browsing, so he knew what it was, and I said, "What kind of price are you at?" And he said, "I'll give it to you for $100." And I thought for the card and what it was, and I wanted to buy something from most of the people that I knew. I didn't get to buy anything from Charlie, but I went ahead and took it at the $100. The Gemini, I want to say, was maybe 1,000. It might have been a little bit more. It was either 1,000 or 1.2. I thought that was a really cool 10 to have from that box. I didn't plan on buying any of this, so I definitely overspent. The Toon Summon Skull, I don't think it was too bad. I want to say it was between $300 and $500 maybe. The Vince Carter, this was a gift from Pokemon Radar. He knew that I liked basketball a little bit, and Vince Carter, he was from North Carolina. That's the college team I pulled for when I watched sports. I don't even watch sports anymore. And ironically enough, is the one game that I'd been to for the Charlotte Hornets back when they were in Charlotte before they went and became the Charlotte down in New Orleans, and then they come back again or whatever. I had saw Vince Carter in a game with it was him and Muggsy Bugs, I believe, with the Raptors, or maybe Muggsy Bugs. I can't remember, but I know Vince Carter was there, and so that was really cool. Very thoughtful of him. Thank you, Radar. Picked this one up at someone's table. I thought, you guys know I really like this artwork, so the Japanese one. I believe I paid $65 for that. This one right here, this was a 3-card set. It had the Venusaur and the Charizard, or the Venusaur and the Blastoise as well. I ended up paying $600 for just the one. He had some other really cool stuff, but I didn't. We couldn't come to terms on that stuff. A lot of it's really niche, I can't remember what I paid on this. I want to say $30, or maybe it was listed. He had it there for $30, and I asked 20, or went with $25. It was a pretty decent price. I believe this came from Java Akuma. I want to say that I bought 2 cards from him, but again, a lot of it's kind of like blurred together. Like every table I went to, I was like buying stuff. Now the guy that was beside Peter Pettypos or Petty Party. Sorry, man. I know that I'm just messing that all up. He had sold me the Maha Vilo and I believe the Toon Summon Skull. Maybe the Toon Summon Skull. But he also sold me this. I ended up paying, I believe, $600 or $700 for it. Because we were pretty quick and easy with the prices. I just paid 1.2 on the Gate Guardian for the PSA one. This one wasn't, it's not the pristine, but it is the Gem Mint 10. I agree with him. This one was in better condition than the PSA 10. However, because the centering wasn't perfect top to bottom, it was pretty maxed out at that 10. I paid $30 on this one. I think it was from one of those original tables that I didn't really know, but I ended up picking it up anyways. I bought something off that Drew guy. Can't remember. All right, so I bought this along with another card for $4,300. Picked this up off of Sean up there with you had Gary King Pokemon, you had Sean, then you had Forever Collector, Pokemon Forever, Lucas. I think that was it. But I ended up picking this one up. This, to me, it looked really nice. It was super clean on the back. I did see a few print lines. I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera or not, but there are a few light ones over here. So this was right around $3,000. The other one was doing $1,200. He went $44. Then we met at $43. So I guess technically I paid $3,050 for this, which was this was the same guy who actually sold the other 2 that I bought from PWCC that haven't come in yet. So it was kind of a win-win because he lost out from their platform fees, and then I had to pay up on the platform fees. So we met in the middle. I paid less. He made more. So it kind of worked out. Got this off of Ruxin. Nice Summon Skull. You guys know I bought this in the past if you've seen any of my Yu-Gi-Oh stuff before. But I thought it was just nice to pick up another one. I paid $1,800 on this one. The Change of Heart, I believe the way it worked out with the price, I ended up paying $900 on this one. I really tried to get the guy's Genzo. Man, the Genzo, he was asking $7K, but I saw the most recent auction was $4,000, and then the lowest was David Adams at $5,200. So I probably would have went to $45 on it, but he was like, "No, you go. Even if it was $5,000, just go buy theirs." He wasn't going to go that low. Barrel Dragon $500, I believe. I think it was the way it worked out. This one was $400 because it was kind of a part of a group deal that I got off of Peter. So one of my favorite cards. I really like this one. I think he's just super bad, and for $500, I think that's a really cool price. This is the other card that I bought with the T17 for $4,300. So the evaluation on this one was roughly $1,250. And I have somebody right now trying to sell me an unlimited. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be super affordable to complete the last few cards that I've been holding off for so long, buying them in PSA 10 because of how much they're marked up from the 9 price. I mean, some of them are like 30x. And it's like, man, I just can't do it. But with the CGC 10, I feel like I can meet with a compromise there on seeing that 10, knowing that I have it, and still having a really, really nice condition card to fill the hole. And the Fiend Mega Cyber, I think this was only a couple $100. This was the last card that I got off that guy beside of Peter. I want to say his name was Lucas too, but I think Lucas was Forever Collector. So I don't know. Maybe they were both Lucas. I don't know. But yeah, that's it for the stuff that I bought from Collecticon, other than there's one big purchase still coming in. I finalized it. Something else before that was done. I want to show you all the people that were here that kind of signed this Pokeball. They did 2 of these, or this Premier Ball. And I want to say PK kind of got it together and did it. He had one signed with everybody, and I think I signed that one. Then he had everyone sign a second one for me. So you had Card Secret, and his name is Andrew. He's from Japan. You had Pokemon Radar. You guys know that. Brant, you remember him? He was the one that I told you they had that bunt cake for me. You got Charlie. You got Ruxin over here. Nick Old School Pokemon. 2023, whatever. We got Jake Pokenomics. He had his wife here, Sarah. She also signed it. I wonder if that's how he signs it. Yeah, Gem Mint Pokemon. There's Gary King Pokemon. He was a trip, man. I felt so short around these guys. Because so many of them were like, much higher. Usually I'm pretty decently tall whenever I'm around people. I'm not like I'm never the tallest, but I'm never that short either. But man, you had Dan here, Gary King Pokemon. You had all Gem Mint, Radar, Charlie. I mean, they're all pretty tall. You got PK there. Who else do we have? There's Chibi Collectibles. There's Dan. He signed it. He signed it on the very back. You have to turn it around and find him. So there's Catch 'em All Collectibles. trying to remember. I feel like there was somebody else here. Where's it? Because there's Gem Mint, Card Secret. I know we had 14 people opening up Evolving Skies packs at one time. Did we count? Did we have 14 different ones here? I don't know. I'm sure he got all of them, and if not, then I might have to hunt him down and get him to sign it next year. But anyways, guys, I know that was probably just like a whirlwind of different Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, rambling stuff. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I should have some more out very soon. And if you want to participate in tomorrow's live, we're going to have a variety of packs available. If we don't sell through them, that's okay. I told you guys last week we may not have a video, but because we have a little bit new variety coming in where you can buy just heavy, you can buy some unweighed, cheaper packs as well. Maybe we'll have us a good stream. And if you're interested in any of that, just go to my website right there. Yeah, right there, tcagaming.com. This should be available. Thanks.